And how about the North Carolina Courage? Hello again, everybody. I'm Dean Linke. I don't know about you, but it's felt like the longest 8 days of my life, 8 days since we've seen the North Carolina Courage live. I hope you've enjoyed us on the road with Continental Tire, and I hope you've enjoyed my co-host. I know I have, so let's bring her in, the great Anna Whitty. And Anna, I hope you agree with me. It's been 8 long days for sure.
Yeah, I've really missed seeing the Courage out on the field tonight. I'm excited to see what they bring against Sky Blue. I know that they're not stepping off the gas, and I know the Sky Blue team is eager to play them as well. So it should be a good matchup tonight.
Yeah, we want to thank Megan and also Bobby giving us these great shots as they're warming up, getting ready for tonight's game at 10 o'clock on CBS All Access, Sky Blue FC and the North Carolina Courage. We've got a big show today. We're going to show you highlights from both teams from previous games. We're going to have the iconic trivia that Anna Whitty will break down. We caught up with Paul Riley in the Continental Tire Coaches Corner. We'll also introduce the lineup, which Paul Riley does so eloquently. We'll discuss the team's rivalry and break that down. We'll take a look at the matchup. And then, of course, we already know that they're going to play Portland on Friday. We'll talk about that to end the show. So with that, let's go to work here, Anna, and take a look at the highlights. First, we'll show you some highlights from the last match against Houston for Sky Blue FC. Break it down.
Their game against the Dash was really impressive. I know their first 2 games, they couldn't really get into the game, but this goal by Paige Monahan really set the tempo for their game against the Dash last Wednesday. A great ball from Anumanu into Paige. She just took a touch past Jane Campbell and found the back of the net. Here you can see her playing that penetrating run and pass right past her. They really needed that goal just to get back in the game and back in the cup and just trying to figure out their mojo. I feel like what Sky Blue is doing in this Challenge Cup. But I know they're eager to play the Courage tonight, just like every team is, so we can expect their best, especially from McCall Zerboni as well. I'm sure she's great friends with a lot of the Courage players, excited to be on the field with them again. But they created a lot of opportunities against the Dash for themselves. They really step up in that game.
Yeah, they did. That was a great breakdown, by the way, and on that first goal, because the runs were great. The passing into space was great. Nothing the great Jane Campbell could do at all. Sky Blue FC looking good. There you see the save from Campbell. But that first goal set the tone. They needed that goal so bad.
They definitely did. And their forwards have done a really great job of just coming at the defensive line that they're playing against and just pressing them hard. Look at that. It was a poor clearance from Campbell right into Kawasumi, and she just chipped that ball over her into the back of the net. I know she did that when she was on the Japan national team a few years ago, but just great knowledge and awareness of where everyone is on the field, knowing what her shot needs to be, the kind of power she needs to put behind it, just to loft it over. She didn't need to drive it anywhere. She just needed to get it there. So great goal by her.
Yeah, well done. Precision. She also knew kind of maybe, Anna, that she had the AstroTurf for the bounce right there and a perfect placement, a rare mistake by Campbell. But Sky Blue FC looked really good in that one as we welcome you back to Zions Bank Stadium. Let's take a look at the highlights against the Chicago Red Stars. Remember that game, there were quite a few changes and at 0-0 at the half, but then the North Carolina Courage got going.
You said it's been 8 days, and I feel like it's been forever. I was like, who did they play last? But yes, the Red Stars. I mean, they gave themselves a lot of opportunity. I know they played a 10:30 a.m. game. Paul Riley spoke about that yesterday. Pre-game is different. Everything's a little different, especially when you're a professional. But they created a lot of opportunities from themselves, but I'll give credit to the Red Stars. They played them really hard. Julie Ertz put up a really great fight, and there is Kalia. She just stole the ball from Abby Dahlkemper, but great recovery run by both of them. And then Roland, obviously, she gets a lot of credit for that save as well. We didn't see that again in the game, so they definitely learned their lesson. But the Red Stars did a great job of just putting pressure on them, and we should expect a similar play by Sky Blue tonight as well with Onamanu. If you saw kind of the same play she played with Paige Monahan to get them their first goal in the Challenge Cup. They just press hard. They're fast up top. So they definitely need to be aware of that tonight.
Big save by Roland. Great ball by Mewis, sending it forward. Mewis does it so well. Hamilton taken down there. Listen, Nair would come out this time, but they would finally get one by Nair a little bit later. Caitlin Rowland's going to get the start again tonight as it's been posted. And I thought she did well in her last game. The key is Stephanie LeBay is sick, so we certainly hope she starts to feel a little bit better as you see Lynn Williams just being so dangerous all the time, right, Anna?
Yes, she's always very dangerous up top, and I swear she never gets tired. We never see her gassed. But whoever she plays up there as well, a lot of credit to her. She can play with any of her teammates, and that can be kind of challenging to do. Each player brings different aspect to their game that always doesn't necessarily mesh well with the next person. But she continues just to play well with her midfield and any forward that Paul Riley puts up there with her. And she presses really hard on each back line. Cool. And there is Jaylene's just one-touch service into Abby Urseg in the 80th minute. What a beautiful goal, a beautiful finish. I mean, it's just textbook right there. Really impressive.
Yeah, really, Abby Urseg was outstanding. She had that great tackle that we showed over and over again after Dahlkemper left it, and then Jaylene Daniels on a dime, perfect header for Abby Urseg. And it's not been pretty every single time. In fact, here they are at 3-0. They've got 9 points, but it's not like it's been perfect the way we've seen. Remember a couple years ago where their only loss was against Utah? Paul Riley's hoping they get there tonight.
We haven't seen any game where they scored more than 2 goals either. And a lot of the games have just been really close. So I think tonight they definitely, you'll see in their starting lineup, I think Paul Riley wants to put the ball in the back of the net within the first 5 minutes. Every coach says the tempo of the game starts at the first 5 minutes of each half. And I think that's what he wants tonight, to finish off this group play with a bang and a win.
Now we're going to test the tempo of our fans with some trivia, Anna. I'm going to let you lead to that as it's time to test the knowledge of the North Carolina Courage for all of our fans.
Yes. Okay, Courage Country. I got a few questions for you tonight. How many players had their NWSL professional debut with the North Carolina Courage at the NWSL Challenge Cup? A, was it 2? B, was it 1? Or C, was it 3? Second question is, how many yellow cards have NC Courage players received so far in the NWSL Challenge Cup? A, is it 1? B, is it 3? Or C, is it 0? And our last question is, we have 4 questions tonight. Never mind, we get 4 questions. Which Liverpool player did Paul Riley compare Captain Abby Urseg to? A, was it Virgil van Dijk? B, was it Jamie Carragher? Or C, was it Jordan Henderson? And then our last question, which players have recorded the most minutes for the North Carolina Courage in the NWSL Challenge Cup? A, is it Jaylene Daniels and Abby Urseg? B, is it Jaylene Daniels and Dabinia? Or C, is it Abby Urseg and Dabinia?
Those are tough questions. Yeah, those are tough ones. Go ahead, Ann. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying, good questions that Jorge put together tonight. You could have over to the website to answer those questions and potentially receive a reward. All right, and now we are going to head over to the Coach's Corner. Dean spoke with the legend Paul Riley today about the keys to tonight's win, who's going to be playing, who should we expect on the field, and the last game in the group stage.
Time now for the Coach's Corner, presented by Continental Tire. So pleased to be joined by the great Paul Riley, the top man for the North Carolina Courage. Paul, great to be with you as we get ready for tonight's game against Sky Blue FC. First off, I got to ask you, are you going a little crazy at all? It's been 8 days. Are you going a little bonkers?
No. To be honest with you, it's been great. I've had some fun games. We've been doing a lot of fun things that maybe we wouldn't normally do. The team's been fantastic. They're playing this Mafia game that they've been playing, which is hilarious. So I think that, it's been a lot of fun, a lot different too, obviously with the coaching staff a lot. See the players a lot, get able to hang out with them quite a bunch. So I think you do things that you normally don't do. And I think that's really good for the team. I wish we had this amount of time when we were home, but we don't. So we're making the most of it for sure. And trying to get lean and mean, all of us, including the staff. They have a run club now in the afternoons for the staff to run. So Scott's got everybody going on a big long run in the 99-degree heat. I'm in the 6 a.m. run club in the mornings. It's too hot for me in the afternoons, but their staff are doing great and everyone's in great spirits. Looking forward to tonight's game for sure.
Well, my compliments, actually, because you do look great. You look like you've lost a lot of pounds. You do look lean and mean. So that part's a good thing, right?
Yeah, you talking about my hair now or you talking about me?
No, I'm talking about your fitness level.
No, I'm trying to keep up with the young ones. I'm trying to keep up. It's a lot of energy needed for this lot. They need a lot of energy, and so yeah, we're doing the best we can to keep up with them. Though it's been really terrific so far. League's done a great job on everything that we've had. The facilities, the hotel's been fantastic with us. Honestly, we were just all watching the game in the lobby together. They sorted it all out for us so we could watch it together. So yeah, it's total support across the board, no matter what we're doing, whether it's getting whether getting tested or whether we're eating or whether we're doing whatever. There's a huge test. And the coffee truck that they've got at the stadium, top class. $8 for a coffee in Utah. Can you imagine paying $8 for a coffee in Utah? Holy moly, things have changed in the world, huh?
Indeed. Well, this is your final prelim game. Your attitude all along, Paul, you've said right here on the show, and by the way, we really appreciate the time you give for every one of these shows, that was to burn the boats, to win them all. Is that still the mentality going into this one?
Yeah, I don't think it changes. I don't think we're in a position where we pick and choose who we play. Obviously now that Portland's tied, we play Portland. But even going into tonight's game, the integrity of the game is the most important part, and the team that we put out and the performance of what we put out is the most important thing. We're not about cutting back or not playing this or not doing that. And I've been asked a lot the last 24 hours about why would you play your top team when you got to play again Friday morning? But for me, we play the top team because we want to get better. We want to perform more. I still think that we're a long way from where we could get over the next couple of weeks, and I want to be around to see the maturity of the couple of weeks. I don't want to be headed home on Saturday morning because we didn't get our performance up to scratch and we got unlucky in the quarterfinal. I want to make sure that we're our very, very best come Friday morning, and the only way to do that is prepare today. And we expect to have substitutions, obviously, but the starting 11 is a normal starting 11 for us, and we'll go out and try and perform the best we can. We've got things we've worked on and try to improve, things that we probably couldn't do with the amount of time we have at home. But here, we've been working on our build with teams high pressures, which is something that we don't usually have time to work on. We've also been trying to break a low block down, things that we think we will face between tonight, Friday, and hopefully further than that. So we've been working a lot of these things in such detail that maybe we couldn't do in other situations or other years. And so that's been great. And I've really enjoyed it. And we had a lot of group video this week, a lot of individual video this week, a lot of conversation, a lot of collaboration with the players. And these are all important parts of being a team. It's not always just about the training or just about the video or just about the games. It's about the whole picture. And the benchmarks are important, the thresholds. I know we can break ceilings and we can break thresholds, and we're going to continue to do that. And I want them to continue to do that. We want to get all our players in top form. And that's the goal of tonight and hopefully Friday.
Just two more questions. That is to name the lineup, and also if you could include whether we'll see J Mac, because a lot of the fans are excited to hopefully see her, and then we'll get to the keys. But we'll start with the lineup tonight.
Yeah, in goal, be Kate Rowland. Steph's a bit under the weather. She's been sick last couple of days, so going to give Kate another game. Obviously, we have three great goalkeepers, so I'm not worried about the goalie situation. The key thing for Kate is she's a great distributor, and that's what we'll need tonight, no question. We'll have a lot of the ball tonight, so we'll need a good distributor. Back four is played in the first two games, or the first game, Abby Dalkamper and Abby Yerzig will be in the centre backs. Addie Merrick will be at right back, Jaylene Hinkle at left back, or Jaylene Daniels, I should say, at left back. The box is the box. Sam and Sully in the lower end of the box, and Crystal and Dabinia in the higher end of the box. And then up front, Lynn Williams and Kristen Hamilton and Jess Mack will play tonight. No question about that. She's ready to go. We played 11B today. Got through the 45 minutes really well. So we expect her to play and be in, a big part of tonight. But that's the lineup. I think a pretty normal lineup for us. The players are raring to go. We had a good rest here, so we're ready to get out there and get it done. It'll be a bit cooler tonight too. So we've been working a lot on the press and the counter press and getting the ball back and just making things happen. I want Crystal, to find her top form. She's in good form now. I wanted to find a top form. I think Hammy is just turned the corner. I want her to get her top form. Sam's been simmering again. I think Sully's been the best of the two sixes. I want Sam to really get better, and I think she's been fantastic this week in practice. So I'm hoping that there'll be a good plus for her tonight. And the back line's the back line. Addie Merrick's on a high learning curve. She's learning every day as fast as possible, and we're trying to get her from A to Z pretty quick. It's not easy, but she's done a great job and great listener, and we've collaborated with her a lot this week on what she needs from the rest of us to be able to be successful. And Jaylene Hinkle, best left back in the tournament by a country mile so far. So obviously, I say to Addie, if you can watch one player, and we've watched a lot of tape on Jaylene of how to play left back in our system. Addison's mental approaches to defend, whereas Jalen's is to attack. And in our formation, we need that player to attack, no question about it. So, yeah, looking forward to tonight. The team's ready to go. We've got a strong bench. We'll use all 5 subs tonight, and I don't think we'll go late in the game with them either. I think we'll make the changes around 55, 60 if all goes to plan. But, yeah, good. Jess Mack will be back, so that's good. Another piece.
All right, finally, we'll end with your keys, Paul. 2 keys to winning, and I'm wondering if one of those keys have anything to do with your former player, McCall Zerboni.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's no question. Obviously, McCall's going to want to play tonight. There's no question about that. And she'll be booting us up and down the park. And obviously, she's a great player, man, tremendous athlete and a great leader. So she'll be gunning for us, no question. But I think the midfield's where it's going to be won and lost. It normally is for us. We're 4 against 3 in there. You've got to use the miracle advantage use the miracle advantage to our advantage. And I think we will do that. I think the only way they stop the box is bring Neo Kawasumi in to try and cut down our 6 distribution. The issue with doing that is you leave the fullbacks open, and I think it's a dangerous game if you want to leave our fullbacks open. So I think the game will be won and lost in the midfield. They are good in transition. A little bit worried about Monahan in transition. She's good. Neo's good too. She finds a good pocket of space underneath the back 4. They get on the ball there. They could cause us some trouble, but it's a good side. They're much improved from last year. I think they got a good culture, and I really like their back line. They got 2 speedies on the outside in Dorsey and Perse, and I think it's going to be a great matchup. Perse against Jaylene and Dorsey against Addie. I think there's 2 great matchups in the wide areas. And then the centre back, good. Lewandowski is very good. Estelle Johnson's a great defender. So Lynn Williams and Hammy are going to have to play at their best tonight to get behind him. And they got the Canadian goalkeeper, who I think is an excellent goalkeeper. So, yeah, it's going to be a game. I think Sky Blue's really good, to be honest with you. And I think they're looking for points tonight. They're looking for improvement tonight. And, with McCall leading that group, they're going to be better. And they do have a good midfield. I just think that's where we can really hurt them in that midfield area. And that's where we'll try and get a grip of the game early.
You're so gracious with your time, Paul Riley. We do appreciate. Good luck tonight against Sky Blue FC, and we'll see you on the Continental Tire Coaches Corner on Friday as we prep for Portland. Good luck tonight, Paul. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Dean. Thanks, guys. All the best. All the best. Hope the fans enjoy the game.
Time now for the Coaches Corner, presented by... All right, good stuff from Paul Riley. Of course, that was brought to you by Continental Tire. Anna, give me a second to say that now through August 31st, Continental Tire is offering up to $100 Visa prepaid card for every 4 qualifying light truck, SUV, or crossroad tires purchased at your local dealer. Visit continentaltire.com for the full details. And here we go. He just talked about the lineup, but Jorge Acuna, our VP of broadcasting right here on the Aetna Courage pregame show, is going to put it up there. We already heard Stephanie LeBay is a little bit sick, and then Addison Merrick is back in there at right back.
Yeah, Addison Merrick, I'm glad that she's getting the start again. I'm excited to just see how she plays against this Sky Blue team. She's still in her rookie season. This is great experience for her to be playing in these types of games. And then again, I think Kaylin Rowland had a great game against the Red Stars. I'm just totally blanked on the Red Stars the other day. I think she deserves a start, and I think she will play really well back there for them. The rest of the starting lineup is as normal. Kristen Hamilton, I think she'll have a good game tonight. We haven't really seen too much from her from what we normally see in a regular season. Maybe it's just getting used to playing soccer again and getting used to playing with these teammates again. But excited to see what her and Lynn do together up top. But the rest of the lineup is as we expect. Jaylene Daniels will get up. She'll provide a lot of service for this team, hopefully fast again in the first 5 minutes so they can get a goal. But this is a good starting lineup and a great way to start out this game.
All right. And as Paul Riley said, we're definitely going to see Jessica McDonald, who's so much fun to watch. She'll come on in the second half just as perhaps Sky Blue FC is starting to tire. And we'll see what J-Mac can do. I know she's ready to go. And I don't think we have a graphic built because we just got the Sky Blue FC lineup. But the one player for me that stands out is McCall Zerboni. She was so good for the North Carolina Courage. We're going to miss her so much. And if there's one player we're definitely going to root for in a way, maybe we don't want Sky Blue FC to win, it's definitely McCall Zerboni.
I feel like nobody else on this field wants this win more than McCall. I just feel like she just is going to want to go out there and be like, okay, we got to get the win against the Courage A and B against my old teammates. I'm sure she loves them very much, but I could see her mentality in this game being like that. But I think the people that she plays, just to kind of echo what Paul Riley said, the people she plays with in the middle of the field, Sarah Woldmo, she has a ton of experience with Sky Blue. And Cujo, she's had a great tournament as well. Has a really cool story as well. She tried out for this Sky Blue team and has done a lot for them in this Challenge Cup so far. And Paige Monahan, she makes great runs, and she runs all across the field as well. She doesn't really stay in her lane too much, which can make it a little more difficult to defend. And then, of course, Kawasumi, she's just really quick, and she gets into good spaces as well. And I think with their midfield, they'll have to be careful to leave her unmarked, make sure they know where she is at all times, and just passing off their marks as well, because this attacking line really likes to change positions up. And then, Midge Purse is in the starting lineup, Dean. I was shocked to not see her. I had a bunch to say about her. Who knows? She's not on the injury report. She's still on the bench. We could see her tonight, but she's not in the starting 11. What do you think about that?
Yeah, she's an impressive player. Definitely dynamic player that can make a difference. I think I wouldn't be surprised, Anna, that you'll definitely see her. So all of that great research you did, you'll be able to use in our Charles and Colvard post-game show coming up at midnight, okay?
Yeah, for sure. And we probably will see her tonight. She plays high like Jaylene Daniels, a point of attack that I feel like the Courage could kind of use as their weakness. When she's high, quick in transition, just trying to play beyond her, kind of catch them in a 3-back instead of a 4-back, try and get a goal that way would be a great way. But again, I think we'll definitely see her as well. They've got a lot of experience on their back line. The Sabrina Flores, who they have starting over her, she has another great story. She was a national team replacement in the 2019 season. Now she's signed a 2-year contract with them. I'm sure she's here to prove that she belongs here, that she wants to be here. She's a Jersey native. Being a part of the Sky Blue team is a dream for her. So a good starting lineup for them. And of course, in goal, they have a phenomenal goalie as well.
All right, great breakdown of the Sky Blue FC lineup. You've done a great job on all of these pregame shows talking about the opposition, and it was great also hearing from Paul Riley on the keys. Of course, this matchup has been a bit one-sided. I'm not sure if we have a graphic. Yeah, of course we do, because Jorge Acuna is the man, and that's what I'm talking about. Look at that, 6-2-1, 15 goals for, 6 against. It's been a pretty good matchup for the North Carolina Courage over the years.
Definitely not even at all. It's definitely in favor of the Courage. But this is a tournament. This isn't a regular season. A lot of things can happen. I know tonight it's going to be cooler out there. It's not an early day game. Like I said earlier, it's just different types of preparing for games is different. You're having a real meal instead of a breakfast. So I think the weather for both teams will be good. But it's definitely in the Courage's favor to win tonight. 20 goals over 20 points over 5 points. That's a huge difference, but I'm sure neither team looks at this as something to just, play for, I guess.
This is your Coastal Credit Union head-to-head matchup. It's part of our Aetna North Carolina Courage pregame show, as we're minutes away now from the North Carolina Courage and Sky Blue FC. It's time to take a look at our Aetna health update. And we know about Merritt Mathias. Boy, it was great to talk to her on the Continental on the Road show. Allie Watt, we wish her all the best as she tore her ACL in that first game just minutes after getting onto the field, but she's had a good attitude. But Jessica McDonald's not on that list. That means, again, we're going to get to see Jessica McDonald.
Yes, I'm excited to see her playing up top. I know she's very eager to get back on the field. We got to speak with her a few days ago and just how well this team is so cohesive. And I think every time we ask the question, why are you guys so good together? They go back to the New York Flash days and how the core of this team is from those days. And she's a part of that as well. She is so dangerous in the attack for the Courage. I would not be surprised if she got a goal tonight, if Lynn got a goal tonight, if Davinia got a goal tonight. They've had 8 days of rest. That's a lot of days just to get prepared for this game. So I think she in particular is going to have a great game coming off her injury and just ready to get out there and kick some butt.
You can see the time ticking down right there. The time to kick off is part of our Aetna North Carolina Courage pregame show. Now, things could change with Sky Blue depending on what they do. But one thing we know is the North Carolina Courage is the number 1 seed and the Portland Thorns is the number 8 seed. Paul Riley had said he was hoping to see a different team because he wanted to challenge his team, in every matchup, but it's going to be the North Carolina Courage and the Portland Thorns again. as they get to the quarterfinals.
I know. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that. That's kind of hilarious in a sense. The Portland Thorns had definitely their best game, I think, in this Challenge Cup against the Courage. I think every team does for sure. So we will definitely see a better Portland Thorns game than we saw today. They looked a little tired today, definitely not up to their normal tempo of play. I know Lindsey Horan didn't play either. But yes, oh my gosh, we should expect that game either Friday or Saturday, morning or night. Still trying to figure that out. But yeah, that'll be a good game for sure.
Yeah, that'll be a key because the North Carolina Courage, they play this late game and then they'll have to play that first game. And so the turnaround will be quick. And Paul Riley's been pretty open about the fact that he prefers these night games. You asked him that great question on the press conference yesterday, Anna, and I liked his answer. All right, as we approach our final minutes here, do want to thank all of our corporate partners for sure, especially Aetna for being the presenting sponsor of the North Carolina Courage pregame show, the Bojangles starting lineup, Coastal Credit Union, Continental Tire, Aetna. I mean, there's so many great sponsors, all of them doing a great job. Kyle Prairie and Santiago bringing them home. And, of course, Anna, we're going to be right back here right at midnight, right when this game's over. Megan Rogers is going to bring players over for us. So I'm going to see you in a couple hours right after another North Carolina Courage, hopefully a Courage victory.
Yes, hopefully they end this group play 4-0. That would be terrific. I'm excited to talk to these players. Again, live interviews like we did last time. It was fun to just pick their brains right after the game, right after they chatted with Paul Riley and their teammates. So, yes, make sure you stick around for after the game. Tune back in to just hear from your favorite players and your favorite team.
All right, well said. Always a pleasure hanging out with Anna Whitty, and I'll see her again in 2 hours. Great work producing this show by the VP of Broadcasting for the North Carolina Courage, our good friend Jorge Acuna. I want to thank all the staff of the North Carolina Courage, but most importantly, as always, want to thank you, the amazing fans of the North Carolina Courage. I hope you're staying safe. I know right now it's unprecedented times. It seems like the news is always crazy. Thank goodness for NWSL and the NWSL Challenge Cup for bringing us so much excitement, including coming up on CBS All Access, Sky Blue FC, and the North Carolina Courage. With a minute to go, we're going to let you skedaddle off to make sure you can get over to CBS All Access. For Jorge Acuna and my co-host Anna Whitty, I'm Dean Linke. We'll see you after the game right here, hopefully sane. One more time, you know the deal, Anna Whitty. How about the North Carolina Courage?